Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Glenn Monroe, Roman Gnome, and I'm the Ozark Laplander, basically, and this is my fantastic forage. And this season, it's July here in the Ozarks, God's Garden, as I affectionately call it, and some of my kinfolk. I'm in Missouri. It's July, and we're out here today doing what we call foraging the forest for fungus. These are called Chanterelles, and there are other varieties of fungus in season right now. And I figured this little episode, we come out here and pick a few of these friends of the forest. They smell pretty decent, pretty palatable. They're actually one of the most widely sought after edible mushrooms in the world, next to the chanterelle, the one that has the ribs on the bottom of it. That's called the Chanterelles. I just call it the Goldilocks. These are the smooth ones. These are the most common ones in our area. And as you can see in my gleaning bag here, I have a few of the well, the ones that are most sought after, but these are the most common ones. And as you can tell, I'm making pretty easy work of it. Got my netted bag, just a basic pair of scissors. I just pull them up out of the ground, snip the dirt off of them, try to blow all the major debris off of it when we get it back to the house, or wherever I gotta go, my location, wherever I'm camping, or perusing this year. We go and clean up all the major stuff. Most of the time, like I said, a few other episodes that I've posted, we just throw them in there. And as you can tell, I'm making pretty good work of it today. Got several pounds in here. That took me about an hour so far. But I thought while we were out here, I'd share that with you. And so without further ado, I'm going to continue on my little harvest here for a minute. And then see, I just pull them up like that, snip the bottom of them off, try to blow the dust off them. Usually use a brush. I don't carry all that. Identify them properly, make sure there's nothing wrong with them. Sometimes you'll get worms. Peel them open. That ain't too bad. You can eat around that, right? But these are edible, highly sought after. And I thought, you know, hey man, I'm out here today, what the heck? I recommend coming out early in the morning. Leave the young ones so you can pinpoint them, make sure they're the ones that you're looking for, and so they can also spore. If you wait too long, they will get eaten by worms. That's right, worms. And nobody likes that. I mean, the worms are probably edible. I've eaten a few, but some people are a little bit more particular about worms in their food. I myself, these are all younger. So we just toss them in the bag. Try to clean them up the best we can. I'm getting used to the spiders there. But I thought I'd share this little footage with you. And for those who aren't informed about this variety, this one here, like I said, I got in my bag. This is the, actually this one has ribs on it. Some of them are kind of like a hybrid. They're smooth, and then there's not the actual Chanterelles. We call that the Siberius, Chanterelles, Siberius, which is basically the rib chanterelle. I call it, like I said, the Goldilocks. And then the one we commonly use around here is the smooth, which is the, come on Glenn, you can do it, the Chanterelles, Lateritius. I just call it the lateral torn up looking one. See, it looks like it's torn, kind of like a lily or an orchid. Those are in season too, by the way. I've seen several of the orchid plant. They're kind of similarly, you know, they look kind of like that. And another thing is that these plants mimic the saplings of the oak and the hickory. when they come up out of the ground. They try to mimic what that looks like, because that's where they grow, predominantly around oak. And that's where I've been finding them. So, without that, you know, little tip of advice, that gives you an idea of, hey, where can I find these at? And this is the season. That's kind of the location. I'm showing you a little bit of the preparation and what it takes. I'm kind of cheating a little bit. I'm using modern technology. Like I said, a netted bag, a pair of scissors. And don't wash these. You have to, because you know, unless you cook them and then you know, rinse them off with the sauteing if you use a wok or some kind of old school pan like I do, or dry them out. Most of the time what we do is we dry them out on a net or some kind of a, you know, so they just dry up a little bit, dehydrate them, and just to make sure on the safe side too as far as preparation, and you can just scrape all the dirt off. It just comes right off. But if you wash mushrooms and you know, leave them in a kind of a musty, funky environment, they go bad real quick. And that's why I prefer to use the netted bags. The netted bags keep them from, you know, they keep them aerated. They also drop spores if there's any on it, which there usually is. So when I get done washing this bag, I wash it in a bucket and I dump the water someplace similar to this. And if I have any leftovers, and you know, from when we go to clean these up, I take those back to the spots where I went, or places that look similar, and I throw that. So they'll grow next time. You know, so for the future, you know, for those folks who, you know, propagating the wonderful morsels that we have here. So I hope you stay tuned, maybe learn a few things, and yeah, by the way, if you come out here and do like I do, make sure you bring hydration. Remember where you're at, because you will get disorientated if you don't know where you're at. A lot of times I get some places where I actually have to brand, you know, basically blaze a tree with a ribbon or some sort. I don't use compasses. Everything is by pretty much memory and sound. Like over there, I know there's a highway, but I'm about a mile from it, and I've been disorientated out here several times. So just remember to blaze, post you up a ribbon or something showing you the way you came, because you will get lost. It's very easy, especially where I'm at. Don't just bring water. Put some plant materials in your water, like a variety of decaffeinated tea. If you use caffeine, I recommend that you use teas instead of coffee, in very low amounts for stimulation, you know, for energy and stamina. And make sure your tea has a variety of other plant materials in it, so you can have electrolyte solution in your, you know, in your bottle, so you'll be properly hydrated. Because you will be sweating here. It's very humid here in the Ozarks. Heat index usually during the day is about 100, 105. The humidity is about 80 to 85. And a lot of people have problems here. I personally just sweat a lot. Most of the time I'll be out here just basically in a kilt, no shirt, no underwear, because it's that hot. So, and we have major tick problems, so expect that. And if you do what I do, you have to go at least once or twice a year and get a Lyme disease test. And because they are here, the ticks, which is a spider, does have bacteria in it that has several types of diseases. One of them is actually related to something called syphilis, and some of the Lyme disease strands have been known, actually, from autopsies and new recent clinical studies, to contribute to Alzheimer's disease. They actually have been able to pinpoint that these bugs contribute and cause Alzheimer's. They actually have located the strands of the infections and things like that. And like I said, the mosquitoes and the ticks are really awful here. So expect to, you know, be bitten a few times, and make sure you're in very good, healthy condition, and you know, repellent and things like that, so you can at least resist some of the insect bites. But other than that, let's get back to the harvesting, and enjoy it.